Hello. Welcome to my stream. We are modeling 100 EEVEE evolutions, or eeveelutions if you're a cool person. So we have 8 so far, and I thought it was really funny to start with wireframe view because you can see how low poly most of these meshes are. And then we go over to the outcast. We go over to the outcast and we can see that I did something very wrong and applied subdivision surface twice. So this mesh is way too dense for like what I'm trying to do. And we didn't even gain anything from it. Like, look at how awful the final result was. So I learned a lot of lessons on this one about what not to do. And we are not a fan of this one. That's why it's been banished to the back. These aren't even all of the ones I've done. These are just my Jolteons and Vaporeons. I also have a single Leafeon that I've made and a single Umbreon. There we go. So these are the 8 creatures I brought to life. And today we're gonna make some more. So let us see what eeveelution, we get. Hey Patrick, welcome to the stream again. We're about to spin the wheel, aren't you excited? Which one do you think we're gonna get? Do you think we're gonna get Vaporeon again? Because if we do, I'm ready. Today I'm ready. Vaporeon does not scare me today. Actually, none of them scare me. So I'm just ready to see what the wheel decides. My preference is probably doing something easy like Espeon or Umbreon. So here we go, we're spinning the wheel. Let's see what fate has in store for us. Time for a Flareon, Patrick says. I agree. I mean, we've been hanging out in Gen 1 a lot, but no Flareons? Looks like a Leafeon or maybe Umbreon. Is it gonna get there? So close. That was really close. Okay, we're doing Leafeon again. Apparently the wheel does not want to give me anything like brand new to do. We're gonna stick with the same 4 and we're gonna ignore the other 4. They don't exist. All right, so we'll do Leafeon. That's fine. Oh, also I have to confess something. I realized earlier that I've been modeling my Vaporeons, all 3 of them, incorrectly. Because I went and I downloaded the official Vaporeon model and kind of like turned it around and gave it a look-see so that I could understand better what I needed to do in the future. And I realized that I was modeling the back of their neck frill or whatever it is wrong, because it should be blue and it should like kind of connect to their body a lot smoother. So I've been doing Vaporeon wrong, just so you know. I needed to confess that. I needed to get that off my chest, but we can do her correctly next time. But anyway, it's Leafeon time, so I'm gonna give that a shot again. Patrick says, shocked Pikachu face. I know. I am not a good Vaporeon fan if I did that wrong. But we can always make up for it later when we spend Vaporeon 5,000 more times, you know? All right, let's get started. Oh no, I still have my normals turned on from that normal fiasco we did at the end of yesterday's stream. But yeah, I might try starting with the head this time. Usually I start with like the chest area, but let's switch it up and see. Maybe it'll go better to do something different. That's a thing, right? Let's see. This needs to be a lot smaller. Yeah, that's close to right. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on getting this head shape correct, and then, you know, maybe we can go somewhere great after that. See, I'm gonna use the knife tool, which is something I hardly ever do. This is gonna be a strange one. Okay. I'm gonna pull the snout out and just try to get a really blocky shape correct. I think I might have messed up by creating a pole right there. Do I want to fix that? Nah, it'll be okay. Although now I can't do a loop cut. Or can I? My goal is to make the head look better than any of the other EEVEE heads I've done for this challenge, so I hope we can get there. I think the Leafeon I did before was probably one of my better models, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, it's good that I was able to figure it out, but it might be hard to like improve on it. Oh, I also learned another shocking truth when I inspected the official Vaporeon model, which is the head isn't even connected to the body. And I don't know if that's true for all of them or just Vaporeon, but it sure was not. Which is something I might try here because that seems convenient. Okay, this head shape is not so bad. I think I like it. Leafeon is probably one of the more alien-looking evolutions. For some reason. I guess because she's a plant and that's not a real thing. Like a plant that you can also have as a cat. Okay, that head looks good already, right? She has chubbier cheeks though. So that might be fine. Okay, let's do the... Should we do the head spikes? She has some spikes on her head. And those are kind of problematic for me because I'm not sure the best way to model them, but we could just get our knife tool out again and go crazy. Go so crazy right now. So with 3D modeling, you want to try to keep all of your polygons four-sided. And the reason for that is probably more complicated than I understand, but essentially it helps you like select portions of the mesh easier and like organize it better so that when you need to select a loop that goes around the neck or something like that, it's just really easy if everything is in quads. Triangles are also acceptable at times, depending who you ask. But anything greater is not good. So that's why when you use the knife tool, you have to be careful to make sure you didn't create a bunch of weird sided polygons. Why does Leafeon have such a weird head? The thing is, you can't even see these head spikes most of the time when you look at Leafeon, because they're hidden behind her giant forehead leaf. So whenever I model them, I just feel weird. But I think that's gonna be good enough. Okay, the ears I'm gonna add as a separate object. We're gonna mirror across this head. I have a new theory, and it's like, if the parts of the mesh are supposed to like tug at each other when the creature moves, you want to keep it all as the same object or like same mesh. But if they don't really tug as much, then it's fine to like model them separately. That's my new theory, at least. I don't know if it's good advice at the moment, but it seems to make sense to me, so I'm gonna proceed that way. See what happens. Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. Mirror, mirror on the 3D model, who is the person who's about to fly to the moon. Is it Leafeon? Because Leafeon looks like an alien. That would be my guess. Although Umbreon is the moon Pokemon. Okay. I'm already liking how this is going. This is going like way better than yesterday. With that Vaporeon nonsense. James says yes. So yes, it is Leafeon. Wow, I'm so smart. I'm incredibly smart. I know. Are we, dare I say, like, maybe I'm getting into a good workflow for this challenge. I feel like things are easy today. I feel like we're turning a corner in our skill level, maybe? Wow, my laugh there sounded weird. Maybe I don't believe in myself. Okay, that's looking good. Might as well get the forehead leaf in there, because forehead leaf is super important in the design. I'm gonna go ahead and move my 3D cursor where it needs to be. Somewhere around here. Patrick says they are 100% less chaotic and Stick Freaks isn't here coincidence. I wish Stick Freaks was here. Making things crazy. Okay, leaf time. Leafeon has a leaf, in case you didn't know. Also, why am I modeling in viewport shading mode? That's a bit hard to see what I'm doing because it's so blinding white. Since I haven't textured anything yet. Patrick says, me too, Christy is great. I saw her streaming an amazing looking commission this week. Oh, was that Tuesday night? I'm kind of upset because unfortunately my Tuesday nights are kind of odd. So a lot of the time I get so busy I don't remember to catch her stream. It makes me sad because of course her streams are awesome. And I saw what she was working on because she shared it with me in one of our private chats. And yeah, the amount of work she put into that piece of art was really impressive. Like the level of detail she did. It's really cool. Let's see, James says, wait a second, what if it's not a leaf? What if it only looks like a leaf? Ooh, you know, that's a really good point. Although I think the clue is in her name. Her name is Leafeon, so has to be a leaf. Like think about Sudowoodo, you know Sudowoodo? He is a rock Pokemon, but he looks like a leaf. But they tell you that in the name. They say, oh, he's not a real Wudo, he's a Sudowoodo. So I don't think they would lie to me in the name of the Pokemon. Unless you can think of a Pokemon that has a name that's just a lie. Patrick says there's always a video on demand, but it's not the same when you can't cheer on the artist in the chat. Or in the chat. Sorry. Listen. I looked for that VOD and it did not exist. And I was sad. Or maybe that was last week. It might have been last week. I looked for the VOD and it wasn't there. And that was very sad. Let's see. James says, is this the Pokemon version of Tanya Von de Gurchaff? You know, because the hair, I don't know who that is. Looks like a question mark or sickle. It sure does. It also looks super cute. Okay, I like how this is turning out. It's rotated a little. Rotate it back just a little bit. Okay. I think I'm gonna apply the subdivision and then kind of adjust the side profile of it. Oh, I need to apply everything actually. Okay, so now I can go in and like edit the fine-tuned faces. I'm gonna move these that way with some proportional editing on so that the leaf kind of has some what's the word I'm looking for? You know, variation in the thickness. Or like a, you know, a concave kind of shape, I guess. Wait a second, Zul's trying to pronounce words. I can get a streamer to read weird sounding languages? Yeah, I usually can if it's a small time streamer. because they'll usually read everything, I think. I don't know, I don't watch too many streamers, but the ones I do, seems like they do. Okay, so that's good. Now we shall do the body. Put the torso here. Okay, I was just making sure the cursor was right in the center. Let's see. James says, nah, I don't want to distract you. Thank you, that's very kind. I can get easily distracted and flustered, actually. Because I'm such an introvert that I have to take my time to think about things. And so if I'm suddenly forced to figure out something weird going on in real time, it can really make me flustered. So I appreciate that. Patrick says, I guess Stick Freaks disabled their VODs. I don't think so. Actually, Twitch has them all disabled by default. Or they don't last very long by default. There's a way to get around it, and it involves making your entire stream into a highlight. But that kind of takes some time and effort to do. YouTube, luckily, I think just archives everything. James says doesn't know how to off the cuff reply to something without thinking at least 12 replies in advance. For me, it's not thinking through a chain of what might be said, but it's more thinking of all the possibilities of what I could say, I guess. That's why I get tongue-tied very easily. Or I used to get tongue-tied a lot more than I do now. Because I used to think of a reply and then think of synonyms or other ways of saying it. And so I'm saying a word, but I'm thinking about a different word that might be better to say. And then I try to say both words at the same time. And it's just a disaster. Maybe I'm not the only one like that though. Let's see. Patrick says, sounds like things have changed since I modded on Twitch. What year did you mod on Twitch? I think that, I want to say that change went into effect maybe a few years ago. I don't go on Twitch very often, but I think that's when that happened. Patrick says, the more you practice, the better you get at keeping the word flow going or replying to questions. You would know because you do podcasting, right? Yeah, for a while there, I was very, very, I guess afraid of talking to people for a while there. And yeah, I had to practice at it and get better at it. I could not have done something like this as a teenager. That was when I was at the height of my difficulties. Okay, we got a really chunky Leafeon body, which is what I meant to do because I'm about to turn subdivision surface on and it's gonna get slimmer. Okay, let's see what we're working with. It needs to go even slimmer. It's looking good. Patrick says, more so from presenting at work to start with. Made me sick with nerves at first, but now it feels easy. Yeah, that's a thing, I think, with fears and anxieties, they really do get a lot better the more you do them. But it's so hard to do them a lot if you're scared of them, you know? So it's a hurdle for sure. That's how I feel about it. James says they're gonna be super buff. Well, my intention right now is to make these models as close to the game art as possible. But oh, I don't know if you were here last stream or if you saw last stream, but we did kind of a special challenge for the Jolteon we did. And we, hold on. We started with a monkey head. So this Jolteon here does not really look very close to the game art. Christy said it was a direct-to-DVD rat for a while there, and it's still honestly pretty close to that. So yeah, every now and then I'll do a fun challenge like that, but for the most part, I want to keep it just like as close to the game art as possible. Patrick says Beefeon. Yeah, they need to make Beefeon already, right? James says LOL eats cows every 2 moments in time. That would be very beefy. I'm really liking the subdivision surface thing we got going, which is surprising because we started it yesterday, right? With that horrible Vaporeon, and now it's like, it's coming round. It's coming round. Let's see, I'm trying to get trying to get the paw shape more defined. I guess doing it like that kind of looks good. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Patrick says getting the right amount of polys now. That was so funny what happened yesterday. Did you see the very start of this stream, like the first couple minutes? Because if not, go ahead and watch it back. And I promise I won't say anything interesting for the next 2 minutes so that you can go watch it. You won't miss anything. You missed the first 1 minute, 47 seconds. That's probably when I was talking about it. I was showing the Vaporeon from yesterday and how dense the mesh was. And it was just comical to see the stark difference. Maybe it was only interesting to me. Because I'm a 3D modeling nerd. James says I missed quite a few seconds. Actually, I have to go to work. I enjoyed my morning off. See you later. Okay, thank you for coming to the stream, and I hope you have a good time at work. See you later. Patrick, no, I said go back. I didn't say open another one. This is too much. Patrick says that wire mesh Looks like when you set up infinite money on Roller Coaster Tycoon. Leafeon has very strange shaped hind legs. Zulception? I don't think anyone's ready for Zulception. You need to be careful. I'm warning you. Okay, looking good, looking good. I'm really encouraged by how well this model is going compared to everything that happened with that Vaporeon yesterday. Okay. Her feet are supposed to be way more dainty than I'm doing right here. They're kind of like that, yeah. These front feet too are wrong. Patrick says, okay, you just greeted past me to the chat. I'm up to date now. I'm back to Monozools. Good. I'm glad you survived that. That was probably harrowing. Okay. Looking good, looking good. I think her tummy needs to be smaller. She's too beefy on right now. I don't mind a Beefeon. I think Beefeon is great, but it's not my assignment right now. Okay, it looks good to me. Body looks good. I feel like we're going faster than ever. Patrick says, I might see how many Zulzes I can get going at once in different tabs tomorrow. Please no, the universe might explode. It would be all your fault. Okay. The feet could be better, but they're fine. What's next? We need to do her tail. Let me look real quick at my other Leafeon's tail. I wanna remember how I did it. Also, my new one is a lot taller. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I just extruded it out of the mesh, but I'm gonna make it as a separate object this time, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's move our 3D cursor there. And let's add a plane. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw it out. I think I did this last time too. Seemed to work well. The cats are stirring and moving around in here. They're getting restless. I inherited my cats from my husband. Like when we got married and moved in together, he brought them. And they're like, well, at least one of them is like the sweetest, most angelic cat ever that you could want. The other one is also a pretty good cat, but he can get a bit ornery sometimes. They're actually mother and son. Patrick says, I miss James saying they had to go to work. Goodbye, James. Hope you had Have a great day and hope you watch the VOD and see this. Oh, that's nice. Hey, I showed a Vidro part of the VOD from yesterday because I wanted him to see the Suzanne Jolteon. And I just so happened to go to that part where he said, heart you a Vidro, and he was happy to see it. That's funny. Funny how things work out like that sometimes. Using the polybuild tool again, my favorite friend. I do actually use this tool a lot. My Blender journey has been very interesting because I started learning Blender, gosh, what year was it? Probably like 2017, 2018, something like that. And I did the infamous donut tutorial, which is like the main tutorial for learning Blender. And I flunked out of it. By that I mean I just got so frustrated with it and couldn't really do it too well, and I quit. And I didn't pick up Blender again for like 2 or 3 years. But now I use it all the time. I use it more than is healthy. In fact, yesterday I was making the set for Explanarum, and I was having to make a bed, and I was like texturing the mattress. I was like giving it a texture and a topology sort of, and nobody's ever gonna see that mattress. You know, it's gonna be covered up, so why did I do that? I don't know. I'm sick. But that's how much I love 3D and Blender now. It's kind of funny. I'm wondering if I should subdiff this? Nah. I don't think it needs it. I think just solidifying it is good. We are blazing through this one. See, I'm trying to trying to get happy with this shape of the leaf here. Maybe like this would be good. Okay. Looks good to me. Now we need to do a few leaves on her body. I'm looking at the references right now, and they've not been very consistent with how many leaves Leafeon has on her body, so that's gonna be something I have to decide on my own. Add a plane. Align it to the view. Use polybuild. Patrick says maybe they get more as they get older. Oh, like nose hair or something. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I never thought of it that way. It was really exciting when they started adding like differences to different gendered Pokemon. Like they had variations in their appearance. Like Pikachu, for example, its tail looked different and stuff like that. It was exciting at the time for me when they started doing that, because it was like, oh, the Pokemon are getting more and more individual and unique and stuff. That was cool. That leaf is too small. Also kind of the wrong shape, but let's keep going. When in doubt, all you have to say is, let's keep going. And you might make it through. It took me about 3 years of learning Blender to realize I could press X to delete anything, which is like actually very convenient for me, because it's a hotkey that works well on my keyboard. A lot of the hotkeys don't work so well on my strange keyboard I use. I have a Dvorak keyboard. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that. And besides Dvorak, I also have, it's a type matrix keyboard where the columns of keys are not staggered. They're just like all in alignment like a grid. Supposed to be more ergonomic or something. So that's what I use. It means all my keys are shuffled and mixed up compared to most people's. So sometimes the default hotkeys are not very great. Like whenever I get a new video game and the controls are WASD, it won't work. I have to go in and adjust that setting. Dvorak? It's spelled Dvorak, I think. Yeah. Dvorak or something. I don't know. I just say Dvorak. Okay. I think we should probably scale up some of these leaves. Patrick says it's a hard one to write phonetically because It's not really a phoneme we have in English. Well, just send me the IPA. I used to be able to sight read most of IPA. Can you tell my mom taught literacy? I was really into conscripting for a while, so I was into stuff like that. The International Phonetic Alphabet, etc. Oops. Okay. I think we've spent long enough on the leaves. Let's just make them smoother. That's the word I'm looking for. How does this look? Almost good. Let's see. Dvorak. Is that right? Dvorak. We're getting cultured on this stream. Okay. Maybe I'll make the leaves a slight bit thicker. Yeah, that looks great. Patrick says, yes, that's what I was aiming for with ja. That's the odd syllable. Yeah. I think my go-to is to say like the z in measure, and then people know what I'm talking about. Okay, are we done with the topology? That seemed way too easy and fast. What am I forgetting? What's going on? Have we entered the twilight zone? I think we're good. Let's go ahead and add materials and texture. And we'll be done. Done in under an hour, yeah. Okay, we're on number 9, right? 009, Leafeon, main. I was playing some more Kaizo Ironmon last night, but I wasn't streaming it. I almost thought about streaming it today, right now. Because, I don't know, I feel like if I beat the game and it's not on video, that would be really a shame. Because nobody could confirm whether or not I did it right. What attempt am I up to now? I think it's like 270 or something. I'm just really shy about streaming it because I'm still not very good at Pokemon. I still like can barely remember what most of the moves do and stuff like that. Even though I've been playing Pokemon all my life, I was never really like was never too serious about it to where I really had a grasp on like the stats and strategies and stuff like that. I was mostly just playing it to have fun with my cute little animals. Patrick says, which Pokemon took you the furthest? I had a Aggron that made it to Giovanni in his gym. So the final badge. And I lost there to Giovanni. My favorite part of doing any 3D model is adding the materials. I might even try like doing some subsurface on the leaves. We could try that and see what happens. Eeveeon leaf. Patrick says, that's the best way to play it. Tryharding ruins the fun. It sort of does. Well, I guess it depends what kind of tryharding you're doing. Like, I think it's fine to try hard and to learn and grow in skill of the game, as long as you don't like leave the fun behind. Like if you're leaving the fun behind entirely, yeah, I think that's probably not the best thing to do. But it is fun to gain mastery over something. I actually did enter a VGC tournament. I entered a VGC tournament. So it was a tournament for the video game. What era was this? I think it was black and white. And I only had time to fully train, like IV train, or not IV train, like breed for IVs and EV train for my Pokemon. So I didn't even have a full team. And I entered the tournament and actually made it through the first round. And I felt so bad that I did because, you know, I wasn't very prepared or ready. And I beat that poor guy. I think he was like cosplaying too, so he was like try-harding. Yeah, and then I lost immediately. But I was also really like disappointed by that experience because it seemed like a lot of people were using Game Shark Pokemon or Pokemon that they just like hacked and they didn't take the time to train it, so I was kind of upset about that. So I did it the hard way. It was fun. Okay, what am I doing? I was gonna try subdivision surface. No, not subdivision surface. Subsurface is what I meant to say. So that like allows light to kind of shine through the object, from how I understand it. And it gives the objects kind of a transparency glow about them, or maybe not glow. It looks really cool, in my opinion. But I still got a texture. So I don't know how doubling up on texturing and adding subsurface is gonna work, but now we're gonna find out. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, do I need to join the objects together first? I don't think I do. I think I can texture them separately. Famous last words. Okay, I need, I should apply this subdivision surface though. And I want to just select these faces that are pointing at me. UV project from view. Let's get my UV maps sorted out. Let's see. Wait. Actually, I needed to do that differently. I need to actually unwrap the whole mesh because there's a gradient along the entire ear. So let me do this properly. Should be easy. All I have to do is mark that as a seam and then unwrap. UV unwrap. There we go. That'll be easy to paint on. But yeah, anyway, my point earlier was like, I'm so scared of streaming Kaizo again because I don't want like people to come in and overwhelm me with their backseat gaming because I'm sure I would warrant a lot of that. Patrick says almond ears. Aw, yeah. She does have those almond ears. Okay, I'm adding a image texture. Let's make it transparent. It doesn't need to have a huge resolution. Let me fix this. I want to mix the color with the green. Alpha is the factor. Okay, this should work. Let's give it a try. What am I doing wrong? What have I done wrong? Oh, I'm not on the right brush setting. There we go. It's working. Patrick says, speaking personally, I watch game streams / videos because I like the company of the presenter rather than to see perfect gameplay. I agree. I like, yeah, I like just being a parasocial type viewer, you know? And, oh, I realize I'm painting on the other leaves too, but I can fix that. And yeah, just hanging out and having fun. I agree. See, I'm trying to smudge this, but maybe my brush settings are wrong. Patrick says the blender equivalent of wrong layer. Sort of, more like wrong tool. Because I was on eraser, essentially. I might even like take this into Clip Studio and blur it. But no, I don't need to do that. I'll just get creative with my blending. Let's see. I'll change it to erase. And I'll set the strength really low. It's too low. Yeah. something like this. Creates a nice gradient. I think the subdivision surface is really messing with how it's turning out. As you can see, it looks kind of pale and strange. Let me turn that off and just see what happens. That looks probably better. I think it's worth it to turn that off so that the colors are more opaque and actually can be seen. All right, let me fix these textures real quick. Okay. Good. Now I just have to paint the inside of the ear. Let's get a dark brown. Oops, I'm still on eraser. There I go, doing it again. At least it was easier to notice this time. I think the fall off is too extreme. Let's do it like that, yeah. It's better. Looking good so far. Okay. I think for the first Leafeon we did, we actually made it so that the ear like caved inward a bit. But I'm starting to learn that maybe doing stuff like that doesn't even matter. And maybe it just makes everything worse sometimes. Gosh, I keep having the wrong setting on. Ugh. I probably should have done a procedural gradient, and then that way I could paint a lot easier on top of it. But I'm beyond that point now. So we're just going forward with what we got. It's very relaxing to paint a 3D model. It's kind of like painting, you know, like those clay creations you can get and paint and put in the kiln. It's looking pretty good. Like when you zoom in and you look at the actual brush strokes, they're kind of jaggedy. And if I was really like going all in on this model, I would bring it into like Clip Studio, which is my main art program, and I'd fine tune it and stuff like that. But since this is just a fun challenge, I won't do that. I think these brown parts I'm painting are actually supposed to be notches cut out, but I didn't model them, so I'm just faking them. Looks kind of cool, actually. Okay, we should change the feet. The foot color. Oops. Did that wrong. There we go. (009) Leafeon brown. I don't think I'm gonna paint toes on her. Just another step, you know? Okay. I need to paint her leaf, her tail leaf, I mean, and her eyes and nose, and that's it. Let's, actually, let's put the seam on the bottom side. Edge mark seam. That should unwrap nicely. Well, sorta nicely. It's a bit strange how it's connected in the middle there. I just ripped them apart and we're good. Now we can make them bigger. Get more bang for our buck. Their image texture. That looks pretty good. Now we can paint. Oops. Let's go over here and go to the texture paint. Make sure I'm on the right material. Yep. Base color. Want it to be transparent. Okay, we got it set up right, I think. Now let's grab this brown we used, I guess. Oh, we already have it. I'm gonna paint the underside of the tail, which I don't think I did on the other one. Let's see, instead of doing that, I'll do it like that. It's looking good, I think. Good. Be sure to pack and save the image. Cool. Now we just have to do the face. For some reason, when I'm applying the subdivision surface, a few of the polygons are moving around. I don't think it's big enough to get worried about, big enough a difference. Okay, I don't think I need to paint the back of the head or anything, so I'm gonna unwrap it the lazy way. Mesh or UV project from view. Scale to 0. Did that wrong? Forgot to grab my color. Okay, now we can paint the eyes. Her eyes are really low. Maybe like that is good. Something like this. Let's see. Her eyes are kind of shaded a bit differently compared to some of the evolutions. Aww, What a cutie. Let's add her nose. Image pack, image save. Great. Okay, is there anything else we should do? Kind of feel like having no toes painted ruins the bold cartoony vibe. Should I? I'll do it. And I'll do it the lazy way too. It seems kind of silly though to have an entire image texture for just a few toe lines. But that's all right. You can actually maybe even overlap them on each other like this. And then we're gonna have like the highest resolution texture toes you've ever seen. It might not work very well, but it'll sort of work and will be good enough, I think. Oops. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I think... yeah, I think we're fine. Texture paint. Add a base color. Just make the resolution like half size, and then I won't feel so bad. Oops, something went wrong. Eeveelution brown base color. Eeveelution brown base color. What did I do wrong? Why is it all dark? Oh, that's what I did wrong. Had the node in the wrong socket. Okay, let's see what happens. So this should paint all 4 feet at the same time. It sure did. It's actually kind of just fine. Where's my eraser? Okay. Pack. Save. Done. I think we're done with her. All we have to do is rig her. And she is done. Mirror, mirror. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and apply everything and rig her. Okay, I think all I have to do is join the objects. Looks good. And title the cube now 009 Eeveelution. Let's add her skeleton. I'm still trying to figure out the best way that I want to model quadrupeds. I think the way I was doing it before worked out better. So maybe I'll just go back to my old ways. Even though this might be technically wrong. I don't know, I need to do some research. Yeah, I am so confused about what should be done here. Need to definitely research before the next stream. I'm very optimistic about how this one is gonna turn out. I may have gone too low poly. We'll see. Proportional edit doesn't work for armature editing? Huh? Did I do something wrong? That's a bit strange. Let's add some bones for that middle leaf too. Seems good. Okay, now we have to symmetrize the ear and the legs. see if she can move. So far, so good. Looks pretty good. Of course, the ears are bending the face when they should not. Guess I can go in and fix that real quick. I think I could probably do this better in edit mode, actually. Wait, but I need to know the name of the bone is the problem. Oh no, is it? Yeah, okay. That did it. That was easy. Okay, that works. Now our head doesn't deform too much, although I think it is deforming with this bone. Right. This bone right here. Bone 4. Ooh. Had a bit of a issue there. What is pulling that vertex? Is it this? What is pulling that? I don't know, but I could probably just color it in. Oops. There we go. Weight painting is very perilous. That might be good enough. Could definitely weight paint the legs to be better, but I won't do that. Take up a lot of time to do everything. Okay, that should be pretty good. Let's see how she looks compared to the previous Leafeon. I think she's gonna be a lot taller, actually. Oh, not too much taller, just a bit. bring her on over to compare. Now, this first Leafeon was done number 5 overall. This last one is number 9. My initial impression... Oh, I need to adjust the shading on this. Okay. My initial impression is that I like the finer lines I did on the first Leafeon. I also got her head spikes more of the correct shape, I think. Overall, I think they're both pretty good. They look good together. Let's give her like a nice forest green type of background. Let's make the point light yellow. Where is that point light? There it is. And then let's make the sun whiter, I guess, and brighter. Okay. We can even check how they look with line art. It looks like one of them is like the younger sister. Let's see. Guess the siding looks best. And do I dare like move the camera? It might crash. Yep, there they are. That makes for a kind of a cute illustration. Well, that was a fun one. I think if you can't already tell, I'm kind of low on energy. Wait, let me try one more thing real quick. I'm gonna add subdivision to the new Leafeon, which I know was my big sin last time. But look, I'm not gonna apply it. I'm just gonna add it and see what happens. Let's see. With, without, with, without. There's not much of an appreciable difference. But it might make the line art look slightly better. Sorta. Makes it look pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna disable the subdivision because I don't want to accidentally apply it. I can always quickly re-add it if I need it. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna probably end the stream here. I'll go ahead and show you all the rest of my EVs for the final shot. They're kind of intermingling. Oh, hey Gerard, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a nice day too. Real quick though, I'm gonna like unentangle them for the final shot because we can't end on that note. I might just make it to 100. I don't know. Let's kind of get them separated and then we can do a group shot. Man, my new Leafeon's kind of giant, huh? Maybe I didn't pay attention too well to the size I was doing. Yeah, and let's bring this outcast in. That one's kind of big too. Yeah, that's good. Get them all in the camera. There they are. What beautiful creatures. I think I need to turn line art on to differentiate them from each other. And maybe rotate so that all their faces can be seen. Yeah, that seems good. Add the line art. Look at how badly the line art works on this monstrosity Vaporeon. Yeah. Some of them are better than others, but this has been really fun. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap up. Yeah, thank you for watching and see you next stream.